Hello everyone, it's Clayton Hester here, multimedia editor for the Southeast Arrow. I know it's a bit unconventional for Arrow on the Air to be on the air on a Friday. However, we wanted to release this special episode with a few features that have dropped this week that we wanted to get to you before the weekend hits. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Roman Holloway, who has a story about one softball coach who says he's ready to lead his team to victory.
Softball coach Mark Redburn is ecstatic to get back on the softball field and coach this year after last season was cut short by the NCAA. Redburn has the softball team scrimmaging 2 times a week against one another to simulate game action. Redburn believes scrimmages are extremely important because he wants to see how his players, especially the new ones, will react in game situations. Redburn wants the new players to get acclimated and compete against the fourth-year players right off the bat because that's exactly what they're going to have to do during the season. So far, Redburn has been impressed with the team's competition level so far during these scrimmages. The softball team has many returning players from last year, and to pair them with new players who are trying to develop brings a great balance.
I feel like really deep with older experienced players, which is a positive, and that allows our younger players, the new ones, to not to have to kind of come in and be thrown to the fire. Like they get to work and see, how our older players handle everything, how they do everything. And it gives them a chance, for a year or so to kind of just sit back and develop.
Redburn was frustrated and upset when all the restrictions and cancellations happened this year, and having to deal with it going into the summer months was tough for him. The NCAA placed a dead period for summer, which means coaches couldn't have face-to-face interactions and couldn't watch student-athletes play.
Frustrating because we couldn't even then go out and watch, high school ball or summer ball, that was going on. And going into the summer, I just felt like, I had been punched in the gut and it was tough. But once we got a chance to get going here again, my players would probably tell you I'm maybe a little bit more intense here with the fall because I'm just super excited that we're back out here.
Despite the pandemic-related restrictions, the Redhawks have been training hard and the team is excited to get back on the field. The team is just starting to get going again and the practices are more intense than they've ever been because Redburn is excited to prepare for the upcoming spring season. For the Southeast Arrow, I'm Roman Holloway.
Next, the Arrow's Matt Wagner has a story about the farmers market in Cape Girardeau.
The Cape Riverfront Farmers Market closed out its season on October 31st. As shoppers searched for homemade crafts and homegrown goods, the band Those Two provided music for the event. Many of the vendors and shoppers decided to dress up and celebrate the Halloween holiday. Operations manager with Catapult Creative House, Leah Powers, brings the Fuel Coffee Shop to the farmers market every week. She says she really enjoys the social aspect of working one of these stands.
It's kind of a way to connect with our other downtown community and other local merchants too, so a lot of us here know each other very well, and when we set up, we just kind of become friends.
The farmers market has gone through a number of changes due to coronavirus this year, including first opening as a drive-thru. Market manager Emily Vines said the Cape Girardeau community has come together to support their local business owners.
Especially in Cape Girardeau, I think the awareness of supporting your local businesses, your small businesses, I think that impact and that awareness really grew once the pandemic hit.
The Halloween market also marked Vine's last day on the job after 3 years.
Having the vendors just tell me, we're so appreciative of what you've done for us, we'll miss you, that just means a lot to me.
The Riverfront Farmers Market will return in the spring. With the Southeast Arrow, I'm Matt Wagner.
Arrow on the Air is part of the Arrow Podcast Network and the Arrow's flagship news podcast. Follow the rest of our podcasts by going to Spreaker.com/SoutheastArrow. That's it for this episode. Until next time, I'm Clayton Hester.